We shall emerge triumphant from this ordeal, and through the crucible unscathed we'll pass. When we are poised the wounds of battle to heal, we shall remember those who died in mass. Then shall our trumpets build the glorious song of victory. We scarred our minds around. Oh God, protect us from the hidden pitfall. Guide all our movement lest we go astray. Give us the strength to hear the human need. Bless those who rule to serve with resoluteness, to make this climb a land of righteousness.
there is only one indigenous broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.
Yes, sir. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you good night, depending on your time zone. This is Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station, generally referred to as a child of circumstance. It is being minded by Diokpa Uchuka from Efo, who hails from Abatete in Anambra State, of course, Biafra land. He is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And of course, I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind those words. But one day you shall. And by the special grace of the Almighty Creator, I remain George Onyibe. I hail from Agbo. Agbo is in Anyoma province. Anyoma province is in Delta State. I want to take out time to acknowledge men and women of goodwill. Those sympathizers who are not Biafrans, but they understand the genuine need for our quest to the restoration of Biafra. Acknowledge you. And most of you who are obliged to understand that what is going on, it's a generational fight. We are fighting to make sure that Biafra is restored. And honestly, you may not have genuine reason why you support this cause, but then you did. I can encourage you, you must not be discouraged because you are doing the right thing. I will acknowledge members of the de facto customary government, led or headed by Alhaji Asare Dokubo, and of course deputized by our sister Rita Anebogo. And they are doing very well, meticulously planning. Of course, Dr. Kado Aneguono, if I pronounced it well. All of them. Mazuchuka Fomefo, head of communication and information. Uchenna Sibu, head of Homeland Affairs, and numerous other people from across the pro-Biafran group. And of course, I acknowledge Chief Rafael Wazirike, every member of the Biafra Nation Alliance. It's almost impossible to acknowledge, not to acknowledge our daddy in the Lord. Mazio Bidi Obienu. Only God will reward all of you. He stands in his position unmovable. Acknowledge Mbadike, Ezekwesili, Aslem Udowile, Audio Gene, Ukum, Master Paul Okinkwo, our sisters, and our brothers. Honestly, you are not on the position where people will see you, but we acknowledge your sacrifice. Because a day will come where the next generation of Biafra will understand that we fought. We fought in honesty. We fought in sincerity. We fought like free men. We fought not for that which belongs to another. We fight to defend the honor and integrity of the Biafra nation. And of course, it's complicated, but we go nowhere, for your information. I want to take time to acknowledge our brothers. They are all our brothers and sisters, including Nnamdi Kanu. They are all. And some of you, those hired recruit media propagandists, you begin to soon tell them, hey, George Onyibe is begging Nnamdi Kanu. Chief Rafael Wazirike gave simple advice, encouraging Nnamdi Kanu from blackmailing his brothers. He encouraged Nnamdi Kanu, do not character assassinate anybody. And then those of you whose brain is in Abenopabe, You could be in America, you could be in USA, you could be anywhere. Yaya Azrike is begging in Nnamdi Kanu for what? Don't you see they have done their job already? The only option they have now is to honorably leave the stage. It's just a matter of time. But will they? And so when I say Nnamdi Kanu is my brother, you must not misunderstood what I said. After all, Cain and Abel are brothers. Because they are brothers, did he stop Cain from killing Abel? Abel from, of course, Cain from killing Abel. And so those of you who are being paid by Nnamdi Kanu to come on Radio Biafra Extra, Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station, Radio Biafra International among others. Oh yeah, attack them. Don't let them rest. Insult them. My guy, we have gotten used to that. Have you not seen it? In fact, it has become the primordial influence that drives us. You see, and it is very important. If we have issue, we should be able to find out where the problem is coming from. In the heart of the Biafran war, the people of Biafra was actually in every capacity defending their territory. They were defending their territory. Our brother known as Ifa Jonah had some of the battalions who marched towards Lagos. The target was to capture the capital city of Nigeria, which was Lagos then. And then when Ifa Jonah got to Ijebu-Ode, or is it Ore, the Yoruba brothers called him and said, this thing may not be the right thing. In fact, for negotiation, for talk. And Ifa Jonah went branch Ibadan. We never know the discussion he had with the Yoruba. We never know what they told him. But the next commanding officer perceived that if Ifa Jonah have spent this long and not coming, something must be wrong. And then they decided, if in a particular period of time that they don't see Ifa Jonah, then they have to fall back. And just like as they agreed, when the time elapsed, Ifa Jonah was not found, and so they fell back. From that very day, Biafra never regained herself again. From that very day, Biafrans were pushed from all corners until they were positioned as a dot. For those of you who don't know what the dot is, but Ojukwu fought very hard. With every arsenal at his disposal, he did his best. And then, at the peak of the war, Ifa Jonah came back. He went to his brother Ojukwu and told Ojukwu, you can't win this war. Maybe there were something they told him. The Yoruba told him. Maybe the British government were there. Only God knows what they told Ifa Jonah. They told Ifa Jonah, only God knows, because he never had the opportunity to re-echo what conspired all those years he spent in a battle, abandoning his fleet, which is not encouraged. Ojukwu called him. Is that what you have come to do? What are you now telling me? To stop the war, we stop no war. Ifa Jonah was immediately court-martialed as a military personnel. And another brother from Akwa Ibom presided over that matter. They judged Ifa Jonah. They found him guilty. And I can categorically tell you, it was not a competent court jurisdiction. Somebody has to be the scapegoat for every mistake most of the supposedly leader make. The next generation must be aware. And on that very day, before the military court, mobile court for the military, he was sentenced to death. The people of Enugu would not accept that. The people of Enugu revolted. But you see, absolute power corrupt absolutely. Yet Ojukwu gave order, kill Ifajona. And today, we don't have response from Ojukwu. From Ifajona. The only thing they told us that is Ifajona is a saboteur. Even though we have not gotten the privilege to say these things before now, the platform is not yet ready. And now the platform is ready, and most of you are beginning to reason. What exactly is the crime of Ifajona? In fact, the only documented record about Ifajona is written by Yoruba people. And that very day, at about around 4:30 p.m., Ifajona was eliminated. Ifajona was killed by firing squad. And that became the first fall of Biafra. But the truth is, you can't kill anybody and walk away. There are people that are not meant to kill. If you kill them, you upset the balance. And so those of you who are there, now they can say, hey, Kader Saboteur, and you're saying, what is your agenda? What is your plan? Leave Nnamdi alone. How do we do that? It's worse than Fulani headsmen. It's worse than Miati Allah, Boko Haram, all of them. Because he's the killer of his own people. But it's okay. Having said that, I acknowledge you. I need more insult on my broadcast. And of course, we are being observed by international community. You can run, but you cannot hide. It's a promise. But if indeed you are walking on the path of righteousness, you are making the necessary sacrifice and effort genuinely for the restoration of Biafra, may the Creator protect you. May it be well with you in your going out and in your coming in. May those who seek to destroy you unjustly be left at the mercy of their own enemy. But if you are using us to make money, if indeed you know you are no longer fighting for Biafra, you are just robbing all of us. Understand, Keke na Pepes pay monthly due Nnamdi Kanu. Understand, widows, orphan, all of them pay monthly due, even beggars. Everybody paid their due. And then we got to a stage. All you are interested in is money. But then I need you people to insult me on my platform, because it is expected. That having been said, I have to give the Creator his regard. All glory must be to our God, for he is worthy of our praise. No man on earth should give glory to himself. All the glory must be to our God. He said. And of course, we go to our topic this evening, which is simply titled, it is time to begin to initiate process for the restoration of Biafra. It is time. Unknown gunmen suddenly disappear. ESM, I don't know, maybe they are still in the bush. You see, we told you. We see, we warned you. But they're nowhere to be found at this moment. They left the stage. They deserted the stage. And then Nnamdi Kanu is in the hiding, calling all of you. WhatsApp call. Even though he has asked you to leave WhatsApp. Brother, use your brain. If you are listening to this broadcast, you are a Biafra. Use your hand and rub your head. Your right hand. Use it to rub your head and say, I cannot be deceived. I cannot be misled. It is time to begin to initiate process for the restoration of Biafra. A lot of people have been asking, what are your plans? What are your agenda? Biafra de facto customary government. What are your job now? Tell us now. No agenda. Gossipers. Nnamdi Kanu is the only thing that you preach. Tell us, my brother. And then the others say, Biafra Nation Alliance. Tell us your plan. You are gossiping. Let me begin to tell you gradually. We are not in a hurry. We are trying to monitor the system. And of course, it is compulsory that we separate the chaff from the wheat. And then when we march, when we make move, we can be very sure of those who are there. And so you answer, oh, whether you are this thing. But it will interest you to know that we have started the process. It's all over as a result of the shenanigan that is being put up by Nnamdi Kanu. We have started another process again, starting all over again. But most of you will not understand. How Nnamdi Kanu action has affected us before the global community. His action has mesmerized all of you. And so now we are starting all over again. You were being deceived before now. Chief Raphael Wazurike recently have an interview with some member of the United Nations. That is not a way to tell you that Biafra is already here. But he started something. He initiated something. Tony Nadi, at least to certain extent, though he fight for Niger Delta and be lower Niger Biafra, but no Biafra, but at least he has made franklin effort to consult those who are to be consulted. And many other pro-Biafran group are doing their best. But then nobody in the US Congress or states in the executive arms of their government, I say no influential member of the US business community or any other, I say nobody from China or Japan, I say there is nobody from Europe or Arabian nation, not a single person from Asia, Malaysia or otherwise, who have gone to Nnamdi Kanu and say, what are you trying to say? Because he was not saying anything in the first place. Nobody asked him because he has not consulted anybody. The only thing he does is lie. Yes, we consulted one influential member of Obama and they told us Biafra cannot come. The Israel chased me away. He just lying to you. If I back and I watch the video clip of Nnamdi Kanu supposedly visiting United Nations, I weep. They just arrange it. I know the brother who owns the car they used to carry it there. Go and look for that brother. He's no longer with IPOB. I know the brother who gave him accommodation when he was in Israel and used his vehicle. If that guy is not a rugged person, Nnamdi Kanu would have come for his head. He's no longer with IPOB because all he's doing is whitewash. When you come closer to him, you see he's fake. Yes, and our leader is addressing United Nations, and meanwhile this is over a decade. This is almost 15 years plus. All is lie and deception. And then are you normal when you come on my platform to yap? You are now in 150 days holiday. Are you okay? Now when he tell you those of you who are about to die will salute you. Let me take a little bit of time to take you back. That very statement, that very slogan, he got it from this movie known as The Gladiator. Commodus, having executed his father, decide to find out how to keep the people entertained, and when he has succeeded in keeping them entertained, nobody will want to find out what led to the death of his father. Commodus was very intelligent, and so he initiated a gladiator battle in Colosseum, 150 days. But we don't have Colosseum. We initiated battle, and that battle is a spiritual one. And so now the can say, no, we are going to 150 days. We are going to do prayer. Read Psalm 1 to 150. He is entertaining you. Be entertained. And while he's doing that, the same God said there will not be issue. Just give us 5 months. 150 days is equivalent to 5 months. 5 months is Anambra election. Watching on the canon, his next harassment and gragra will be on Anambra. No more election, no more election. And thunder is waiting for all of you. If during that first period, I spent almost 2 weeks in Anambra putting strategies in place, I will spend another one to expose all of you, evil men and women. So for almost 15 years, nobody have been approached. Nothing has been done. But why would he even approach anybody when his interest is on monthly due? It's unfortunate. There are many reasons why there could not have been anyone showing interest in the first place. The world are not dumb. And now we are not the same people. The illiterate reason differently. The educated reason in another way. Big man reason differently. And poor man reason differently. Short man living differently. And tall man reason differently. And so you see, if you must engage them, you must find out the group they belong. That is the only time you can be able to function with them, because two cannot work except they agree. And so when you are addressing the international community, there are procedures. When you are addressing any group, there are procedures. But if you fail to follow the guided principle, you will only meet a hard rock. Nobody has been able to present a realistic picture worthy of consideration or for discussion as far as this issue is concerned. And that is because every pro-Biafran group, each and every one of them, has sailed away with their ideas. Imagine if everybody had to come together, form a league that protects only the interest of the overall people of Biafra. Imagine. And now this it is. The night is fast spent, and there is need for us to begin to initiate process. We have started doing already, but that you may know and fixing yourself somewhere so that this restoration effort will be brought to a conclusive end. Everybody do not hear the same language. As a reverend, one of the principles that was inculcated into me was that you have to deal with all class of people. As a pastor, in your church you are going to have doctors. In your church you are going to have lawyers. In your church you will have engineers. You will have highly intelligent individuals. You will have prostitutes, armed robbers, smoker and drunkards under the same roof. You will lead all of them. You will guide all of them. And now the only way you can successfully manage all of them together is that you must understand how all of them reason. It looks very difficult at that time, but I gradually tried to study that very idea. And by the time I was able to reveal it, I knew that for you to be successful in your ministry, you must be able to fit on. And that is when Apostle Paul said, I became all things to all men, so that Christ can be one. And so, when I sit with highly intelligent member of my church, those of them who are pilots, and they say, man of God, I have this challenge. Then they begin to give their aviation terms, and then I will respond. And one of them was shocked. He said, have you been in the aviation school? I said, no. He said, then how come did you know all these things? And then when we address sailors, we know their terms, we follow them that way. When we address Igbo smoker, we know their terms, and we follow them that way. But not until you are able to bring yourself to the level of everybody, you cannot be able to approach anybody. Let us continue anyway. The solution at this moment, it is very important that at this moment we begin to reconsider people on their different ability, as it is now obvious that each and every one of us have different areas of expertise, and they must be engaged. In this agitation, political analyst, there is need to involve them. There are things they feel we should do that we have not done. But who will bring them in? Who will incorporate them? Who will put them through the process? Who will invite them? And who are they? Where are they? And now you get it. What are all the political scientists? What are those who study political science? If you are not there, you are not there. We have started the journey already. We have business merchandise in their own field of exploits. Now, one of the greatest area Ojukwu suffered setback was because most of the businessmen he gave money to buy arm and ammunition to defend Biafra land. Between 1967 to 1970, majority of them stole the money. They stole the money because they were not reliable, because they don't have anything at stake. And we pay dearly for it. Today, if war comes out, be the importer and exporter, you are going to say, help us buy this thing, they help us buy this thing. They will do the same thing because they don't even believe in what you are doing. You need to explain to them the blueprint. They need to be on the know. Before now, when we want to order sit at home in IPOB, we write letters, we make consultation, we talk to everybody in a way of evangelism, and they obey. But of course, this last 30th of May, they were sending, threatening everybody. If we catch you, we go kill you. Try come out, no government will kill you. We are looking for you. But you can take a camel to the river. You can force the camel to drink water. Now you have forced them to sit at home. But in their heart of heart, you just fooling yourself. What am I trying to say? This businessman can do much. But would they do they even know what you are doing? Igbo businessmen gathered under the leadership of Iwanyango to pay all the Fulani any of their properties that has been damaged. But the truth is that there is no Fulani property damaged anywhere in Biafra land. Nnamdi Kanu, with his unknown government and ESN, has only succeeded in killing Igbo people. But because the Northern Hand has a forum of their business entrepreneur, business tycoon, whatever name you want to call them, they were able to unanimously agree and issue a threat to our businessman. And now you get the point. And so Iwanyango is going to take money. Governors will give him money. He has money already, and they are going to give Hausa. Then what about the people Nnamdi Kanu killed them? Nnamdi Kanu, by his unknown government and ESM, killed all of them. Iwanyango and all that Igbo businessman. I will advise you to find out who they are and also help them. Because what is good for the goose is good for the ganja. That is why you people are committing atrocity against us. When we raise a match against you, you will not understand. Iwanyangu and others, if you can go and pay Awusa Fulani, supposedly who had their goods and commodity damaged, why don't you on the same form, on the same platform, set munem woke na nwanyị biko na unu mara na Nnamdi Kanu destroy your husband or kill your wife or damage your business? Come, let's see how we can help you. Why can't you people say that? So we have to pay the price for Nnamdi Kanu atrocity against our people. But the people may not say anything, but they are not happy. Academians and their constructive contribution is needed. We need academians. People like Dr. Kado among others. Their constructive idea must be imported into what we are doing, inculcated into the mind of every Biafran youth. A lot is at stake. A lot need to be done. Our monarchs who convene divine interest as a matter of urgency must be consulted to enable them play to the gallery. Our monarchs, they command divine influence. They have so much role to play. They must be properly engaged so they can play to the gallery. And you see, when all of them come together, make no mistake, we are going home. The commoners who are responsible for conveying the overall input of every group by way of putting pressure before the global community, they must be initiated. When I use the word the commoners, I'm talking about the keke napep driver, the Okada rider, the bus danfo rider, the trailer rider, the pure water seller, the gala hawker, and so on and so forth. They are the one that conveys your action, putting pressure on the global community to do what they ought to do. Where are they? We are supposed to be reorganizing them, regrouping them. First of all, empowering them so that mentally they can be fit. Empowering them in every front. I won't go in details because it's not actually meant for everybody. This process already, we want to start initiating them on a very larger scale because we are doing that already. Do they know anything? They don't. Look at people on Facebook now. Oh, Biafra. They don't even know where they are. Anyway, we have been there before. They don't. And what am I saying in a nutshell? We must reposition them. And that is in fact the beginning of the journey. Because when all these things are done, finally, having a simple interaction between the leaders, the house of wealth, and the commoners, we must draw everybody together. And that is why we tell you, all our people are going home. Both the blind, both the deaf. Everybody is going home. They have a role to play. It doesn't matter how you view them. It doesn't matter the position you have kept them. But everybody has a role to play. One of the greatest lessons I learned in life. We went to a site to work on a very particular day. And then, okay, it was not a site but my bishop house. And then one of their chamber has blocked already. And so they need a plumber. My bishop have grown up children. Almost 4 of them are the same age with me. And so they were all grown up. And then everybody begin to look for solution, how to evacuate whatever has blocked the chamber. struggled over and over, all to no avail. And after a while, the bishop said, "Don't worry, let's get a plumber." And then they called the plumber. The plumber is a disciplined man, he's a married man, he's a principled man, but he's a plumber. He took his hammer and chisel, he opened the chambers. And you see the eyesore, you already know how it's going to look like. He brought out his tools bag, brought out tiny iron, and then you can imagine he just begin to pump everything inside the PVC pipe. And then he said, "Yeah, flush them." They flushed it. In less than 30 minutes, he has done with the job. He cleaned himself up and came to the bishop. "Sir, I don't finish am." And the bishop paid him and he left. And the bishop said, "This is the beauty of life. What all of you graduates you cannot do." Look at that man who does not even have any form of formal education. Look at how he solved the problem. And now God actually designed it that way. And so you don't undermine anybody, because a day will come you will have a problem. They are just the solution to that problem, and how you treat them have a lot to say. And so when Nnamdi Kanu is jumping up and down doing, he never realized this thing. Now he knows the truth already, but a little bit too late. So today here on Biafra Nation Alliance, we are initiating a new process to overhaul the activities of the Biafran agitation movement, because there is need for all of us to begin to re-engage every involved member and properly documenting the issues that are at hand for the overall interest of our people. Another process has started already. And so those of you who are interested in being part of this move, in being part of this process, our first line of action is to bring out our youth and empower them. When I mean empower, it is not dashing you money. When I mean empower, it is not, I can't give you detail, but just take it, we want to begin to empower our youth. First of all, we need representative from every state and every tribe in Biafra land. You send that information to our WhatsApp number, no other places. And then after we have scrutinized them, we can send them to where they are. These are people who will begin to give account of our youth that are being destroyed already. We need to empower them, because not until we have been able to emancipate them from mental slavery, it is almost impossible for us to work in a coordinate manner. And so this is the initiation of the plan. Don't shy away from it. Don't let them threaten you not to go. My happiness is that in about 2 months from now, Nnamdi Kanu is going to come up and say, all the youth, we want to empower them. All the youth come out, we want to empower them. And I'm happy. Our money, Nnamdi Kanu, we must use it to empower the youth. But if he fails to do that, we will do that. And how we are going to come about the resources should not be your problem. But let the empowerment begin to fall. Have you not seen the Hausa Fulanis? No matter how little that job is, there are a particular group responsible for the empowering. They cut your fingernails, they barb your hair, they sell cola and guaro for you, they ride Okada, they ride even taxi, they ride truck, they sell rice, beans and yam, they sell onions for you. Very tiny scale. And believe me, from within their mosque, they reprogram their mind. They put their feet upon the path that they must follow. What is our church doing? But I will not blame any of you this evening, because the essence of this broadcast is not to occasion blame, but to make us see the area we have not seen yet. And so once again I say, if you are a Biafran youth within any state, first of all in Biafra land, just send me a simple message on this studio WhatsApp and say I'm interested. And that studio WhatsApp is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642. Those of you in diaspora who has brothers and sisters at home that are not well to do, they are not excluded. Tell them to send a simple message. I am interested, and we'll pick it up from there. Because we have a nation to deliver, and the people who are the front of it must understand anything we are doing that is necessary. They must understand. And of course, at this moment, our lines are open, and the number to call is still the WhatsApp number I just gave to you, which is 070-815-45642. And then our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. Of course, if you are calling from outside Biafra land, you have to put our code, which is plus 234, and then the rest of the number. At this moment, the lines are open. You are free to call in.
Mommy, don't cry. Daddy, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want you Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want you Biafra, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Freedom is here, hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want you Biafra, yeah. Freedom is here. It's hey, yeah, 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 la, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. You walk it on down, hey, Papa God, I want to thank you for this beautiful thing what you did do for us. Finally Biafra is here, so make you never give up. I know yes, they killed us many years back. I know yes, they try to pull us down, but this kinda walk this way. Thank you for all the good things. Now you don't make us better, eh? Now everything done better, eh? Now thank you for the good things. See everything done better, eh? We're living fine. It makes me cry when I see my brothers being killed. Now you don't just keep on killing us because we said for freedom.
Yeah. And of course, we are the Biafrans. You should not make any mistake about that. My brother on the line, are you still there? Maze Odu Ugeni Sabotoa. Welcome this evening, my brother. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much, Dr. Onyibe. It makes me cry when I see my brother being killed. It makes me angry when I see our youth. Me cry when I see the people that are supposed to be in the school being killed. It makes me cry when I see our women lost their loved one. It makes me cry when I see the thing that makes us to come out to agitate is no longer the way we want it. Thank you very much, dear Onyibe. I say good evening, good afternoon, I say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending your time zone. You narrate so many things. But before I continue, I still remain your humble servant, Maazi Chidera. Although, we go nowhere. You touch a lot of things this evening when you're analyzing the broadcast. You mentioned being empowered. That is the kind of a thing that we're supposed to be hearing in our land. Be empowered to help our youth. Even if you're agitating, you're supposed to help our youth to be in a right source, to be in a right place they're supposed to be. There's a lot of things that we have put in place to make sure that our people being safe, our people have a proper hospital, our people have like the way they like to say it, ego indozi obodo. To be ego indozi obodo means to make sure that we put our place in a proper way. But all those things went to the gutter. But we cannot be able to run away from it. That is why Chukwu Kabiyama brought all of us to make sure that we empower our people to know that freedom is something that is going to give them whatever they need. I thank you for the good work you are doing. I thank you. Whenever we see things that are going on, it baffles. It baffles exactly. It baffles everyone. 100 and Psalm 1 to 150. He said the way that our people are going to get the freedom. As you mentioned it, when you're gonna come back on air, you're gonna jump in to say, we are going to empower our people. No, not on a mouth. You must do it. You have to do it. Wherever you talk, is just jump in and hijack it. But you don't see any answer.
Now that I have said it,
result.
just given on the count of 3 months. They say, yes, empowering them. We are going to empower them, and that is what I want. I will be very happy. Go ahead.
I hope he's gonna do it. I hope he's gonna do it, but I know that he cannot be able to do it because he loves the money more than anything. He loves the money more than the life of the youth, indigenous people of Biafra. He loves the money more than the innocent women that lost their husband. He loves the money more than he wants them to be dying every day, every blessed day. He loves them to die every blessed day. But yeah, we cannot relent. We cannot be able to go out from this predicament that we have seen in our side. All we want is our freedom. All we want is what Chukwu Kabiyama gave to us. All we want is to get our land back. We are doing everything possible to make sure that we go back where we're supposed to be. I thank everyone that doing everything to make sure that he puts the Biafran struggle in a normal way. I thank you, Rafu Wazirike. I thank Asare Dokubo. I thank the Fato government. I thank Uchoka from the Fato. It doesn't matter the way they have humiliated you. There's something that makes a freedom fighter different. Anybody that tries to bring you down because it's in your DNA, you always rise up and continue standing on the freedom of your people. We are not here for anything that will come to us, but we are here to make sure bush, not to tell your people enter bush, not to tell your people story about they're killing you, they're raping you, they're doing this. No, what you have upstairs to make sure that they get the freedom. That's what you're supposed to be asking. That's what our people are supposed to be asking. Even our politicians, we're supposed to hold them accountability because our politicians are zero level. They are not doing anything for us. But I thank the one that try to build their state, people like Dave Omar, that try to develop their state. But there's a lot to do for our youth. You must make sure that you empower our youth. You must make sure that you create a job. They have a right to make sure that our seaport open. They have a right to make sure that our airport be an international airport. They have a right to make sure that all our road, all our streets being built. You know, it's not something that they will use to make a campaign. It's not something that they will use it to make a campaign. It's not something that they will use it to make a campaign. To build a road is not something for a campaign. You can be in a Senate for 16 years, 12 years, but you don't have any good thing. That is rubbish. You can be a deputy governor for 4 years, you don't have anything to show off. You don't have anything to show off. That is rubbish. Like the other day, Chimeze was talking about what Baribe has done to our people. He never do anything for our people. All these things is what we're supposed to hold them accountability, because they are not doing anything for our people. You don't say you are a dot for nothing, You cannot say you are a dot for zero. If you say you are a dot, you are just making yourself stupid. What have you done to your own village? What have you done to your own autonomous? What have you done to the state that you come out from? Do you have road? Do you have electricity? Do you have drinking water? That's why we want our freedom, because we need all those good things. Do we have a hospital? All these things, that is why we are here, to expose. Anybody that said that we must not talk about Nnamdi is just playing. Because we have to talk about Nnamdi Kanu for everything that we have put, every resources we have put together to make sure that we help our people. Have any IPOB stand up and ask Nnamdi Kanu, where is the hospital money? We contributed money to have a hospital all the whole East Biafra land. Where did they build it? Nothing. Those things we're supposed to ask him. Not to kill our people, like the way you played that clip for 17 years old boy. Although the way police are questioning that boy, they are putting that boy in a place that he cannot be able to come out from that interview. That is not what we want. But what we are saying, what did they do? What did Nnamdi Kanu do for our people? In 10 years, what is the achievement of Nnamdi Kanu? They cannot ask him. The money that we have put together all over the world to make sure that our people have a quality and a place that we can have a place we can be able to say our own opinion. Do we have it now? Can you be able to stand as, okay, I don't want to belong to IPOB, I don't want to belong to this? It means you have caused yourself a problem. But you are running away from Nigeria because you cannot be able to have a freedom of expression. You see, there is a lot of things to work. That is why the federal government is here, to make you to have your own opinion, to make you to have your own idea, to bring your own idea. In a freedom fight, you don't need to be on oath to fight for your freedom. Catalonia is not under oath to fighting for their own freedom. Well are not under oath to make sure that they go out from the UK. All these things, they are not under oath. But Nnamdi Kanu shadow you with oath, so that you cannot be able to have a freedom of expression, so that you cannot be able to speak your own opinion. Whatever he says standing. No. That is not how to agitate. When elite are agitating for their freedom, they're not in this way. Have you ever asked him which country is on his own side? Which people did he negotiate to make sure that they stand for him? Only jumbo mambo things. He jump from this side and jump. You know, it's not working that way. But I thank you, Diop Onyibe. I still remain your humble servant, Diop Chidera Odogele. Yeah, I serve in Biafran Nation Alliance as a African administrator, and they will go nowhere. In case if you want to do what you have to do to join us, never hesitate to contact even the Onyibe to make sure that we can be able to put you in a place that you can start doing something for your freedom. It's not about contributing. You can keep contributing wherever you have. But you have ever asked them all the whole money that you have contributing from so many years? What have they done with that? Did they build a hospital? Did they use the ego industry but they do your own village? Did they do anything for you? The money for the rice, the money, all the whole thing. What have they Nandikalu do with all those money? He's just packing it, dumping it somewhere with his own maternal sister Neneanya. They know what they're just looking money for their own upkeep. But we are here to make sure that we go home. He can keep the money. We don't need the money. What we want is Biafra. Onyibe, keep doing the good work you are doing. I salute you, Mefo. Keep standing firm. I salute you, Asari Dakobo. I salute you, all the lovers of freedom. We go nowhere. We must restore our land. Thank you very much, Onyibe, for having me tonight.
Thank you. And of course, we must proceed. The people of Biafra must understand that a lot having been destroyed, we are not backing down. And there is need to begin to reapproach every platform, every group, every department as regard to this restoration quest. Like I said, if you are youth here in Biafra land and in Biafra state, you are the first line of this empowerment. You need to be comfortable. You need to be employed. You need to be engaged meaningfully. Because most of the challenges today, why most of our youth has lost their brain, is that somewhere you're believing a miracle that may never be. You're believing or building on fairy tales that will never be. We know the truth. We will guide you, direct you on how to be a man and a reliable woman that you are. It is simple. Just write to the studio WhatsApp line, simple message, and see, I'm interested, and I will follow it up like that. The first line of those people who will be followed up are those who at the end will become a representative on those areas. The journey has just begun. The lines are still open, and of course you are free to call in and make your contribution. For the benefit of those who are just joining us, the WhatsApp line remain 070-815-45642, 070-815-45642, and then the WhatsApp line is 081-221-52971. This is Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station. This is where your solution to every problem becomes on the list of our priority. This is not the time to shy back. This is not the time to be discouraged. This is not the time to back down. The journey has just begun. And be rest assured, we will make sure we get to a conclusive end.
Everywhere you go, we have what it takes. We have what it takes. Biafra, yeah, yeah, yo. Onye Biafra. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Hello, hello. Awumonye Biafra. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Freedom is here. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Awumonye Biafra. Freedom, freedom is here. Is here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Chupaki Kodama. Hey, Papa God, I want to thank you for this beautiful thing where you did do for us. Finally Biafra is here. So make you never give up. I know yes, they killed us many years back. I know yes, they try to pull us down, but this kind of work this way.
Yes, of course. At this moment, I am joined by our brother, the administrator in charge of South Africa. Can you hear me, Mazu Dowele?
Hello, good evening,
Good evening from here, my brother. You're
good
welcome.
evening, Philip Jeff. And Onyibe, and I'm serving the indigenous people of Biafra here in South Africa as the head of administrator. I want to thank each and every one of us who are working assiduously to make sure that what the journey that we have embarked on, that we did not abandon it along the line. It is not an easy task, as we all know that we are starting with the building of reconstruction of our, in this struggle. It is a reconstructive effort. It's not like what we are doing before. A lot of things gone wrong, and it's time for us to put things right again. I want to use this opportunity to call on all Biafrans and lovers of freedom, wherever you are, to make sure you play your part and we play our part. It is not easy, but we know that by the help of God, the Creator that was never affected, we will make a headway, because we are already on a lot at the moment. There is one word they used to say these days. They said Oboda Jugoi. I don't know how many people are still inside the bush. When we are telling them that all this thing about ESN is a scam, somebody has come to reap where he did not sow, they did not believe it. It has metamorphosed from ESN to unknown gunmen, and from unknown gunmen, everywhere is silent. Go inside the bush, 150 days prayer and fasting. It's very, very unfortunate. I overheard you when you said that and women who called meeting to see how to solve the issue of the claims of the northern businessmen of their business being destroyed in the east during this menace of Nnamdi Kanu and his groups, that they should use that opportunity and also address the lives of our youth, which have been destroyed by the unwarranted wickedness of Nnamdi Kanu. And I want to add my voice to that. Our governors, and most important, our governors in particular, our senators, our local government chairmen, they should, as a matter of fact, as a matter of importance, see what to do to rehabilitate our people, the most affected people. Nevertheless, as we are growing in this struggle, which we have entered the, if I must say, the final stage of it, and what will lead to whatever that will come up in the near future, we have it in mind as part of our responsibility to see to the welfare of our people. We are not that too big But no matter how small we are at this point in time, up until we will be able to have a larger population supporting this struggle, we will do all in our power, all in our disposal to make sure that we assist our people to recover again. As part of our plans to make sure that Biafra is restored, it is those who are hurt and healthy that will live to enjoy the benefits of that freedom which we are looking for. We are not going to restore a Biafra for the dead. We are going to restore a Biafra for the living. For it is always said in Africa that we always choose to reconcile with those who are dead instead of those who are living. That is why each time you hear about the death of someone, you see people coming out to say, this person doing this when he was alive. This person was so bad. The other one was so wicked. People in Africa always like to reconcile with those who are dead. Please, let us move away from dealing with dead and deal with those who are living. I want to thank the chairman of the Biafra de facto customary government implementation committee, Alhaji Mujahid Asari Dokubo, and his deputy chairperson, Mrs. Rita Anibog, and also members of Biafra Nation Alliance, Dr. Okado, and also our daddy, our big daddy, BD Obieno. He used to say, if I see you many, that doesn't mean when they say you should go and eat rattrain, you should go and eat rattrain. You should do what is right for Biafra to come. You should do what is right to protect ourselves. You should do what is right to protect your neighbor. My dear leader, dear George Onyibe, keep on keeping on. May God in heaven, Elohim, the creator that was never created. These days we are all Elohim because that name has suffered in the hands of Nnamdi Kanu. But God is our strength. Keep on keeping on. Thank you very much. I'll even bless.
Thank you, my brother. We must continue.
Thank you.
Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want you Biafra. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the Biafra. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want you Biafra. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Freedom is here. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. I want Biafra, yeah. Freedom is here. It's here. Yeah, 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 yeah. Na, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. You walk it out there, man. Hey, Papa God, I want to thank you for this beautiful thing what you did do for us. Finally Biafra is here, so make you never give up. I know yes, they killed us many years back. I know yes, they try to pull us down, but this kinda walk this way. Thank you for all the good things. Now you don't make us better, eh? Now everything done better, eh? Now thank you for the good things. See everything done better, eh? We're living fine. Brother Kaiga Waniru Kaika Gulanyo. Brother Bigo Gawaniru. It makes me cry when I see my brothers being killed. Nigerian soldiers keep on killing us because we said for freedom. Yeah, take my life, but you can never take away that joy. freedom is ours. We got what it takes to live. Hello Biafra, hello Biafra. Now we be the
Yes, of course, I am inching very close to the end of this program. Biafrans across the globe has a duty and a job to do. We have a nation to deliver. And what we are telling you at this moment is simple. If you are a Biafran youth, you are a Biafran, elderly or young, it is time to create an initiative on how you can manage certain area of your life and still be able to do everything you have to do without having to run to the bush. It would have been nice I give you details of the things that are involved, but you see, we don't see everything on air. So when you are interested in joining what we are doing, just send a message to my WhatsApp, studio WhatsApp, and say I'm interested. Those who are responsible for such empowerment will begin to indoctrinate you, will begin to put you through process, so you can be first of all useful to yourself, and then you can be useful to the people of Biafra. Caller on WhatsApp, your name and where you calling from. Caller from
Hello?
WhatsApp. Yes, good evening from here.
Good evening, sir.
You are welcome to my program.
Dr. Jaji Omaricha Nweka Chineke wetere kuzie maka Biafra ka mụ na gị wee nwere uche. Dr. Jaji Omaricha Nweka Chukwu wetere kuzie maka Biafra ka mụ na gị wee nwere okwu ọnụ ya bụ eziokwu iji ukwu ya sam ọrụ aka ya sam bụrụ
hold on. We are going to give that will not enter my head. So we give all the glory to the Almighty Creator. Go ahead, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. There is a paradigm shift this night. That's why I was forced to dedicate that song. I know you will not behave like Nnamdi Kanu because you are not the same with him. Since ever I started hearing your voice, you never changed your message. Your message made all of us to get more interested in POB and did all the work we did before the reverse became the case. Having said that, I will not forget to greet our men of good conscience and good substance that made us to be here today. I really greet Daddy in the Lord, Daddy Onka, our director Ucheka from Efo, the gentle lion, Nokezioku, and Asare Dokubo, the chairman of Biafra, the Federal Customary Government Implementation, and our sister and mommy, Ebere Chukwu and Ibaogo. Also, I greet all the Biafra watchmen, all the Biafra Nations Alliance family, and you, Dr. Onyibe, I greet you. This night, I'm really happy for the topic you brought up, because they have been crying, talking all sorts of rubbish. Share us your plan, share us your plan, tell us the way forward. Even in the inbox, they will come and start insulting their mother, asking of a way forward, way forward. And the person that is the plan of way forward has no even forward or backwards. Even if you show him the way forward, for the fact that the brain has been damaged, he will not even know how to work with it. Actually, as you said, that every Obodajigoyi, if that there are many of the people that or they are out of the bush now, many things are happening for those that are on the ground. At times, people are confused We don't know whether the prayer is inside the bush or inside the house or where, because many people are crying today. They have not seen their loss. Some parents are still looking for their children. The ones that have showcased on social media, many have looked at them and their own is not inclusive. So it's only God himself knows where some of their children are. And I'm really happy for what you said this night, because you said we are going to start the empowerment from the brain repair. Because if you are taking your bath and a mad person come and collect your clothes and start running, and you yourself jump out like that naked, running after the person, people will not know who is mad again, because many of their brain has been dismantled. So it will start by pure deliverance. Because I know immediately when they will hear this empowerment now, everybody will jump up, I'm interested, I'm interested. So let them start being interested by working on their brain. Because many of them are confused, they don't know what to do again. Many people that are outside there, clapping hands, because even some of their comments on social media, you will find they are totally confused. They don't even know. I saw somebody saying today CNN is now talking about it. May God bless Mazin Namdekan. I don't know whether it's Mazin Namdekan that carried the news to CNN. You establish ESN, you establish a non-government. Now the reverse became the case. They are now deviating the attention from that one. They start talking about UN and CN, which other place. Now people made their on social media. I don't know how they listen or understand their own. They now turned it in what somebody did not say. All is well. Like I said, we always say we will always get better, and we go nowhere. Biafra will be restored. I'm so much happy to find out that the initiative has started happening, and the people are interested to make things work, so that they will not say that we are not on the social media to rant like they themselves are ranting. And I know very soon the reverse will be. It is those that thought that nothing will happen, they will start seeing it that something has started happening. I really thank you people over there that have made this move and you kept to it. My prayer is that God in heaven will continue to strengthen you people and make you people to stand on that truth that you started preaching with, so that at the end only his name will be glorified and we go nowhere. Thank you, sir, for the good work you are doing. Keep on keeping on, according to our director. God will bless you.
Thank you very much for joining me this evening. We will continue to enlighten our people, and more good news certainly is going to come all our ways. The destination remains Biafra. And those who are responsible for engaging the Nigerian state on one end in terms of constitution amendment or review, in the issue of referendum, and of course those of us who are on the agitating part, everybody must put on the necessary or required pressure that will gain meaningful attention from within across the globe. We need to initiate processes as we have done, or as we have started doing already, as it will enable us to identify people who have interest in our issue, to be able to appeal to their conscience. And honestly, in as much as we want to lay everything bare for you, understand you are not our only audience. And so at this junction, I want to thank those of you who have called in to make your own positive contribution, and my apology to those of you who I cannot take their call at this moment. Tomorrow is another day. We'll continue from where we stop. Ndewono.